Hi everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel, World of Nabitha. In today's video we'll be doing Rant and Rave episode. I do not remember because I honestly take so long between each one that I now forget what episode we're on, but I feel like that doesn't really matter as long as we're doing a Rant or Rave. So Rant and Rave today is focused on the fabulous lives of Bollywood vibes. And I just honestly binge watched that show in like 2 days, and that's super fast for me, by the way, because I do work full time, which makes it very difficult for me to watch like anything. So that's like super fast for me. And I was watching a lot of other shows as well that we'll be doing a Rant and Rave on. So yeah, but I did watch it like super fast and I binge watched it, so you wouldn't have to if it's like super bad, and you could really enjoy it if it's really good. And that's where Rant and Rave comes into play, because I rant if I really hate it and I think you should never watch that show, and I rave if I really love it and I think you should really watch that show over and over and over again. So beginning with the fabulous lives of Bollywood wives, here we go. So I genuinely thought the show was a guilty pleasure, because, and I don't say that easily, by the way, there's not a lot of things I would call my guilty pleasure, because I am very proud of everything I listen to and watch and all of that stuff. I'm just like, yes, I listen to Taylor Swift, yes, I watch Bollywood films, yes, I listen to Bollywood music, and I am happy and proud. They're not guilty pleasures. I'm like, yeah, cool. So I don't say that very often. However, this show is definitely a guilty pleasure because it just felt, you know, like I genuinely felt guilty watching it. That's how I knew that's what it was for me. Like I genuinely felt that feeling. I was like, oh my god, like ugh. And then I posted some stuff on TikTok about it, and you can see the real hate that's going on right now. So a lot of people have just definitely just completely hated that show. They literally, the comments that were on my TikTok, I was a bit like, oh my god, like my heart hurts a little bit. So I get it, right? People are really frustrated by this show because of a lot of things that have recently happened in Bollywood, to do with obviously Sushant Singh Rajput's death, the drug case, nepotism, and all of these other issues that, you know, are ongoing, I want to say, and not just in the past few months, but I think some of the debates have been going on for years. So a lot of people have hated this show because it literally just reiterated some of the things we already knew and some of the bad things we knew about Bollywood. In all, I genuinely found it quite interesting to watch. However, there were certain factors that really made me dislike the show. One of the first ones being they kept trying to shove down this idea down our throat that nepotism doesn't exist. Now, we all know nepotism in Bollywood is a massive thing. It exists, right? We all know that. And I personally think nepotism exists in all fields, in all sectors, in all countries. It's not just a Bollywood issue, it's just something that happens around the world. It's problematic, it's something we need to work on, it's something we can try to change, but it exists. And the first step is acceptance. You need to accept something exists before you can change it. However, that's where the problem with Bollywood comes. They're just not ready to accept the fact that nepotism exists. They always keep trying to say this thing that, oh, all of these big actors have gotten there, their star children have gotten there just because of their merit, and that's not necessarily true. So that's why, for me, that's really problematic, because they always reject it. And in the show, there were several scenes where they highlight or touch on that topic to say, oh, like, you know, if nepotism existed, we would be here. And I was like, honey, look at where you are and then say the words that are coming out of your mouth. Like, really self-reflect and be self-aware before you say some of the things you were saying. The second thing that really frustrated me, and that genuinely like was a massive frustration for me, was the fact that the show was completely in English. I think that was a really big missed opportunity for them. I think for Bollywood, this show could have been a real comeback from everything that's happened, and, you know, really showcase that, you know what, we're not what you really think we are, and, you know, we're different or whatever. But I think them speaking in English and some of the stuff that happened, I was just like, they're just trying to imitate the whole like keeping up with the Kardashians vibe, and they could have definitely gone away from that and really represented what Bollywood is about, what India is about, what the culture is, but they really didn't show that. And that for me was a missed opportunity. Like, I always see trying to see what something could have been, and I think this could have been something so much bigger, so much better, but they really missed out on that. I feel like they probably spoke in English because I know that Bollywood has an audience all around the world, and it's not just an audience that speaks Hindi. And if they did just speak Hindi, they would be missing out on other audiences, such as the people who speak like Tamilian, I think Tamil, people who speak Tamil, people who speak, you know, Punjabi, and all of these other people, or like people who speak Urdu, right? Some of those people might not be completely happy, but you know what, they missed out. They could have missed out on those people if they spoke Hindi, because a lot of people tend to speak Urdu in comparison to kind of Hindi and all these I know people speak English in comparison to kind of Hindi and all those things. However, I genuinely do believe that I think if they spoke in Hindi, they would have done this show so much better. It would have been so much more funnier as well. I genuinely think that. I think it would have been so much more funnier, because I was just thinking this today while I was listening to a Bollywood song that I was going to use for my Instagram reels or whatever, and obviously I've tried to do like translations of those songs, and when I put translations in, it just doesn't sound the same, right? And that's what I was thinking. I was like, oh my god, so if they did this show in Hindi, it would have been so much more fun to watch, so much more funnier, because when you do those translations, or when you're trying to do a joke in English, it just doesn't come out the same in Hindi. And this happens to me all the time, right? Like, so my first language is Urdu. Some of the jokes that come to me are like in Urdu, so if I said them to you in Urdu, I'll be like the funniest person, whereas like some of the jokes I say in like English are really like stupid and really bad, because that's what it is, right? My brain literally functions in Urdu a lot of times, and then I have to do that translation or whatever. So for me, it was like a massive missed opportunity. Would I say you should watch it? I do think it was a funny watch. It was interesting to watch. It was just good to see the ins and outs of what's actually going on in their minds and all of those things. However, if you're really annoyed by the whole nepotism thing and stuff, like, this will make you feel angrier. Like, there were certain points I was getting annoyed and I was just like, oh, on the screen. And honestly, I was like, oh my god, like, I absolutely hate this. Like, why are you doing this to me? So there's definitely elements of that as well. If I had to rate it out of 10, I would rate it a 5, but purely because some of the stuff in there, I'm just like, oh my god, like, this is actually funny. So that's why I would give it a 5. Otherwise, it would have been a bit lower than that. And also, there is a Regina George. If you're a Mean Girls fan and a Bollywood fan, there is a Regina George in that show as well. And if you know who I'm talking about, please put that in the comments below, because literally this particular person causes so much drama in this show unnecessarily. Like, literally there's no reason for it, and this person creates drama, but I feel like this person always creates drama in Bollywood, so it is what it is. But I would say definitely, like, check it out. But if you are a bit anti-Bollywood, then I wouldn't, because this will make you hate Bollywood more. I genuinely do believe that this will make you hate Bollywood even more. So just keep that in mind. But thank you so much for watching my rant and rave, because I feel like this is so therapeutic for me. Like, this is so cathartic, and I feel like I hope you guys kind of get that too. But I don't know, if you don't, it's fine, because I do it anyway, so that's fine. But thank you so much for watching my rant and rave today. I hope you have a lovely day. If you did enjoy this one, I've done like loads of other rants and raves. If you like this one particularly, I think you would enjoy my Indian matchmaking one, because that one was also very interesting, so definitely go and check it out. Put something in the comments, let me know if there's anything in particular you want me to review, any questions you have. I'm always happy to answer, always happy to have a chat, because I just love talking, as you can tell. But have a lovely day, and I'll catch up with you all soon. Thank you, bye.